And all right, can you say that all over again? I'm joking.
Oh, I was saying that like whenever I track my own stats, like I noticed that like my win percentage is like around a 70%, but my time in my winners are like 8 hours. My time in my losers are like 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours. So it's way longer because I'm more hopeful that those losses might turn into winners. That's why I hold it for an extra amount of time, which kind of like it bites me in the ass a lot of times because I'm not giving that the same effort that I give my winners. Because normally, like even if you see like a red flag when you're in drawdown, you want to hold on to it, hopefully that it might turn around. But the winners, you're just more eager to just get out of it because same concept. You think that it's going to turn around and go against you. But people are just more hopeful with seeing red, thinking that it's going to turn green versus being green and turning red. So yeah, it's like a crazy concept that happens. But yeah, like most people don't actually just hold the winners longer than their losers. Not very common, honestly.
So when you're, for example, like let's drop some gems here for people. Like say you're in a winning trade and it starts going into drawdown, what makes you feel like you can have the confidence in your own strategy that you're able to hold that for longer? And even if it hits drawdown, you aren't affected by it.
So I try to, again, use my time frame correlation, like look a multiple time frame to see like, if I could see something that I didn't see prior to like make sense as to why I plan on holding a bit longer. So I gotta give myself reasons to, add more like add more reason as to why I'm open to holding a little bit longer, knowing that it's drawdown, knowing that I've seen one red flag. Like, can I see two red flags? Can I see three? And still hope that it's able to turn around because I don't want to take that unnecessary loss. Well, to take that loss period, because I'm so hopeful of the direction as to why even this past week it was hell inside the markets. Like everyone that pretty much traded 30 and that kind of stuff had experienced this one concept is because what we were expecting it didn't happen at the same time. So we were still looking in one direction the entire time, despite things looking clearly bullish the entire time. We just never took buys, right?
Mm.
Because the entire time that some people were in sales, that they were like, yeah, but at the same time, like they're giving themselves reason to keep on holding, holding, holding. But as clear as day, it says it's not going there, like right now. So you will find more and more reason as to why you want to hold. But then once you actually, you know, dig the account too deep, then you're like, you know what, fuck it, like I'm like tapped out, close out, and then that's when you get depressed. That's when you start to think otherwise. Like, damn, like do I know what the fuck I'm doing? Like you start like really thinking to yourself, like, damn, like, do I know like what I'm doing? And don't get me wrong, like I've had those thoughts 8 years in back then. I'm like, damn, like, do I know like what I'm doing? And I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck am I talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's just those thoughts just run through your mind subconsciously, but you kind of forget like all of your other experiences, all of your other wins that you pretty much gained over the years. But it might take that one loss that has you thinking or second guessing as to if you know what you're doing. But in reality, it's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like people take bad losses, people get great wins. But you can't make one loss or a couple losses or a week of losing streaks or even like a bad month tear you apart. Because at the end of the day, like, that's gonna happen. Like not every single month is gonna be green, not every single week is gonna be green. I've had red weeks, I've had red months. But when it comes down to it, all that money is made back eventually in time as long as you kind of like to stay on like one path and you're making sure that you're not lying to yourself whenever you're in these trades. Like if you see a red flag, guess what you just seen? A fucking red flag. Exit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't lie to yourself. And people would lie to themselves a lot of times because they see the red flags and then all of a sudden put blinders on, like, nope, I never seen it, and then keep on going. So things like that happen very, very often, but you have to be very, very honest with yourself because if not, guess what takes a hit? The trading account. And we all know how that feels, you know what I'm saying? And even
Trade what you see, not what you feel.
yeah, no, like exactly because
Oh,
trust me, like the amounts of ups and downs that I've had in my trading journey, like I've blown tons of accounts. Like it's a part of the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? That means a few things. Either the account like you're over leveraging too much, or entries were too bad, or like you got to pretty much tweak certain things. So don't feel like, blowing an account and everything is like, the end of all trading. Like it's a part of the game. Like you can blow an account and start a brand new account like it never happened. Whatever. Fuck it. Let's keep on going. Because like I always say, the same way on how you lost a trade, the same way on how you blown an account, the same way how you could have grew an account, the same way on how you lost a trade that you could have made the trade go good, but you got to pretty much tweak things in yourself, how you're looking at things. It's your perspective because somebody else made money. You just lost money. So it's not like everyone in the world lost on that trade because you lost. You got to just do better within yourself, you know? And that's what it comes down to. So you can't really beat yourself up about certain things because in reality, like, there's people that's winning out here on trades that you're losing from, but there's people that also is losing on trades that you're winning from. So what side do you want to be on? So even after you have losses and everything else, you got to pretty much just don't blame it anybody else. This is a learning curve, which is definitely not the most easiest learning curve. Definitely the most traumatic learning curve, but it's the learning curve that it pays the bills. Like this morning, I made 22,000, but I've had a terrible week up until now. But I'm still gonna keep on going. I can't just say, all right, damn, I'm having a bad week. Fuck it. I'm not gonna trade for the rest of my life. I'm done. No, like I gotta keep on going, analyze. Like all like last night, I'm on the charts, analyzing, back testing, seeing like what I could have done. 11 years in, I'm still doing that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't try to beat yourself up being a lot less years in when I'm still doing those same habits 11 years in. You know? So you got to keep on going. It's a thing that not everybody is meant for, but the people that are strong mentally, this is going to be their calling, regardless of how hard it might seem in the moment. You get me?
Damn, aren't you guys lucky? This is your fucking mentor. Look at the gem.
Yeah.
Look at the
Preach, bro. Preach it.
look at the gems. Damn, I thought something that you said there was so powerful, which is like, how sometimes you can feel like I'm doing everything right, but it keeps going against me. Do I just not fucking know what I'm doing? And the thing is, it's like saying, okay, say that the weather, it starts the day and it's cloudy outside and you think it's going to rain. So you go outside with an umbrella and lo and behold, 2 hours later, it's 30 degrees. Sorry, Americans. For you guys, I think that's like Fahrenheit, it's like 80 maybe. I don't know. But it's very hot. So you've gone out every single day of the week with this umbrella and you're carrying it around every single day. Eventually you're like, do I just fucking not know how the weather's going to be on this day? Because it's totally uncertain, right? But that's something that's out of your control. All you can do is prepare and plan to have the best day, to have the best R&R with the weather that's going to happen outside. But you're not in control of it, right? And that's what the stock market is. It's the most uncertain thing ever. So you can go in with a plan and be like, I think it's going to be a bullish day. I think it's going to be a rainy day or whatever you want to say. I'm going to prepare for that. I'm going to take a trade that's in line with that. But once you're in the trade, once you've assigned your risk, whatever happens after that is none of your fucking business. That's what I say to people. I'm like, leave your trade running and just turn it off in the background. Like, don't even look at it. I did a one-to-one the other day with someone and I was in a trade the whole time. And I told her, like, towards the end of the session, I was like, I've been in a trade this whole time. You have no idea though, because it's detachment from the outcome. Become so attached to the process and begin to measure your P&L not by the green or the red day in terms of your portfolio balance, but measure it in terms of, did I follow my plan? If you followed your plan, you've got a solid strategy. You've got a strategy that you've learned from someone who's a fucking phenomenal trader. So you know that if you follow the plan and if you stick to it, the wins will show up for you. So another thing to consider is that if wins and losses are just part of this game, and losses are very common in trading, doesn't a loss mean that you're closer to a win rather than being further away from the win? Isn't a loss a good thing? Because it means that the win is actually now around the corner. Because no one has a 100% win rate. So you got to celebrate that shit as oh, nice. Okay, that's another stepping stone that's just brought me closer to my next win. And that win's probably going to be bigger because you need to make sure that your wins are bigger than your losers, right? So another thing to consider is like, are you truly managing your risk? Are you truly taking trades in line with what your R multiple should be? Are
Uh,
you?
yeah.
Are you?
Yep.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. You got your hand up, so let's go for you. How you doing?
Yes, thank you very much, Nav. Greetings, everyone. Q, I missed you, bro. I missed you so much. It has been a very difficult period of time since I finished my first part of the my education in the Wall Street Academy. Unfortunately, I couldn't continue, but I'm following every step on it. That's why I didn't want to lose this psychology training. It is important for me. In the beginning, I want to be true Nev. I'm the very hard character guy, and I always used to say, "What the fuck is this? 80% psychology and 20% knowledge about the trading." I swear to God, I'm being the truth. I said to myself, if that's in case I'm a very hard person, so I can go through. I'm so punctual person, so correct, so a very big hard worker, and so on. I learned everything I do know about the market. I learned from Q and from Philip. He's here, and from many, many friends I do met in Wallstreet Academy, which I really thank from the bottom of my heart. And I really changed. I'm new. Q says I'm newborn still, 1 year.
Oh yeah.
10 months in market. Q says newborn. So I am still very new, but I'm really in love with market. It has a huge positive impact on my life. I have dedicated my everything in 6 months, and I achieved to know to read the main part of the market. So based on the lessons I got from Q, I'm ready to analyze the chart, to recognize the good point, and I'm always looking for sniper entries. And I find out a small thing that make me build an account from $100 to 7,004K, 7,4K. And I felt I gained a result, and I felt that I'm now a good trader. And the time came to increase my lot size. And I did it, and I fucked my account in 2 days. What didn't happen, it was I was scalping most of the time because the market it was so volatile. Approximately three weeks ago, I couldn't. I am the surgeon, so I cannot enter into the trade and follow the trade for 2, 3, 4 hours because I have to go in surgery. And my dedication to the market is killing me if I go to operation theater and I'm thinking about the market. It's so difficult to do that.
Don't do that.
Yes, so difficult to do that. So I was looking for sniper entries. I was choosing the opening of the liquidation or the termination of the London opening of the New York session when the market moves the most. But the liquidation was so high, up and down.
This morning?
I saw in the no. I mean, I'm speaking last 2, 3 weeks, and I have been taught from Q that at least we should have a 100 points stop loss at least, and it simply goes 150 points, go back again down, go up and go down, consolidates. So lately, the market is killing us.
Yeah.
And the problem is that even I know that I have fulfilled my plan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Even I know, and I'm looking for the sniper entry. When it comes to the movement, in the moment it goes against me, then I fucking have a big FOMO. This kills me. I don't know. I didn't have this kind of fear before 3 months, but right now that I may overthink what is coming or what may come, I simply cannot stay calm. And I think that my mammalian brain, my problem is, Nav, that I want to ask you. Even my trade fulfills everything what I need to get fulfilled. When I put my stop loss where it has to be, no where I want to be, where it has to be, why my brain is thinking, in this game I may lose 1,000. What if I lose 1,500? What if it goes wrong? Even if I lose 1,000, how many money should in my account be? So I'm thinking negatively. Something is pushing me to think, even in the beginning, even before I get entered, I'm starting to think negative things. And that gives me a big stress when I enter. I cannot be calm anymore when I enter. So I have uh, I need to know. I need your help about this. Also, Q is listening to me. I would really I would really like to know um, what's the problem? Where is it, what I'm doing wrong? What is the
So
problem?
So, Arbor, I had that same issue literally the other day. Like when the market was actually spiking up, spiking down 300 points, 300 points, 300 points,
Yeah,
I felt that same exact way as well. And I got crushed because I was just entering, like lack of analyzing, lack of just even like waiting for those certain entries and that kind of stuff because I had those negative thoughts. I'm like, yo, I entered saying like this is a lost trade. Oh, that's a lost trade. Before the trade even like just was entered, I was already thinking that the trade is already a loss. Like in my head, I already told myself that this trade is a loss. And having those kind of thoughts, it makes you just not even be able to analyze or even think like how you need to think or even analyze how or like how you need to because you don't know what could happen. But also like I think mentally you're just not really confident in the situation. But the hardest thing for me was to do was to just sit on my hands and wait because I have a friend that pretty much says like he he trades like huge accounts and everything, right? And he was like saying like, hey, like if I don't see like what I want to see and if my trade setup is not a a 1-to-2 or a 1-to-3, 1-to-4 ratio, I'm not entering. I'm not gonna bother. So like his pre-analysis has to match up for that risk to reward ratios. If it's not that, he's not even gonna enter. It'll He'll rather not rush taking a loss and rush losing money versus just actually just sitting on his hands. So things like that, I think it was just like more like a patience thing because I feel like a person like you, like you're very busy, and that would be the perfect situation to like not be on the charts very often, which makes you have a bit more patience. But in this case, I feel like it's just more you want the money so bad, but you're just not really willing to give it the time and patience that it needs to even develop or put it in an area where it needs to be to even benefit from that trade. So areas that can benefit you the most is when a market gets like in a area of exhaustion, when a market gets to like a steep counter trend on like your Fibonacci level. If those things aren't met, then you shouldn't be entering. Like it's just like as simple as that. Because like I told a person the other day, like if you get on the charts not analyzing as you should and everything else, like you're literally just giving away money at that point. Like you're literally just here market, take my money without even giving it a chance. So it's either you get disciplined or you continue this loop that you are currently in. But at to what point do you plan on saying, you know what, I've had enough. I've lost enough money. Now let's make a change. You know, it shouldn't take you to go that far in the fuck up to realize like, yo, you know what, I gotta change something because I can't keep on going on this route because money just is bleeding out at that point. So prior to having that feeling, understand that like have these areas that you enter in and only enter in. If those areas are not met, don't enter, right? Because it's either you rush and you lose money, or you be patient and actually get or make progress in where you are trying to actually be. Because I think it becomes kind of like a toxic trait to just throw money at the market because you have the money coming in. You know, because if a person has money, a lot of times that's the most dangerous thing because they feel like just because they have money, then they can make money, but they don't realize like having the patience, having like just a true good analysis, like those things have to be met despite you having money or not. The money, the market can take as much money as you throw to it. So it's either get disciplined or you continue this loop that you're currently in. Which one are you going to choose? Right? So
discipline. Okay, discipline.
have those parameters. If this market is not in my exhaustion zone, if this market is not at like a 38.2% fib level or deeper, and it puts my stop loss in like a nice non-fluctuation zone, don't enter. Because if you enter when it's not there, you're gonna lose money. Like it's black and white, right? If those
That's right.
parameters are not met, money will be lost. If they are met, because it takes a lot more time and patience to actually get to that point, money will be made. So it's either you wait and make money, or rush and don't see your confirmation and just lose money every single time. It's either or. So which one are you going to really choose, knowing that this is a continuous loop that could last years and years and years and years and years and years and years? But you have to kind of like understand, like, damn, you know what? To what point am I going to say, you know what? I've lost enough money. Giving up is giving up is not an option. That, that's not even on the list of options. Giving up is not
Can't
there.
do it.
But you have to just say, yo, I gotta fucking be a bit more patient. Stop doing dumb shit, right? Because last time I did dumb shit, last time I took up my stop loss, last
Not
time
too.
I entered without confirmation, I lost a fucking lot of money. But guess what's gonna happen next time when you do that same thing and don't follow those same stuff? You're gonna lose a lot of money. The market can keep on doing the same loop over and over and over again. So you got to get to a point that say, like, yo, I'm only gonna enter inside NY session. I'm only gonna enter in exhaustion zone. I'm only gonna enter on major fib levels. I'm only gonna enter in moving average bounces. I'm only gonna, you know, like, you're only entering off these certain areas based off of confirmation with confluence that you're seeing on the market only. If those things aren't met, don't enter, because you know what happens if you enter when those things aren't met, which is what? You're gonna lose money.
That's correct. That's correct.
So it's either or.
I got
Choose your
what I
demise. You know, choose your poison.
what I think is dope is like I just dropped this in the announcements channel to say like Q is dropping the strategy gems and I'll drop the
Oh,
psychology gems as well. But it's like the all rounders. You guys are getting the best of the best. So you know what to do in line with the strategy now, right? I want to add to that.
so
Your brain, go
they
on.
they know what to do, but y'all gotta be fucking patient. Fuck. So
Easier said than
so
done.
no.
Easier said than done.
I know that because, but again, either you be fucking patient or you lose money. It's this or this. You know,
Hmm.
so pick one, right?
I have a question.
What's up?
No, wait. We'll come
No,
to you in
no.
a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
I
please.
Now,
wanna I wanna
so
finish something with Arbor. Go on,
okay,
go
Yes,
Q.
one second.
please.
I'm saying, so we all know Asian session sucks. You shouldn't be entering any kind of trades during Asian session. Asian session fucking. Sorry to all the Asians that might be on here, but Asian session fucking sucks, right? So don't enter trades during Asian, like from 6 p.m. Eastern time to like around, what is it, like 3, 4
Unless you're
p.m.
trading gold, I will say Asian session for gold is good.
Okay, but I'm looking at what it does on 30. No
Yeah,
bueno.
yeah, yeah.
But things
No
like that,
bueno.
just find your session that pretty much works for you. Outside of that session, don't even bother. Go find something else to do. Go,
Mhm.
you know, like Arbor. He could be in
I
surfing.
have I have a lot of things to do.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, go ahead, Nav.
So there's two things I want to touch on there, right? For both of you as well, like just in terms of what your mindset was in terms of being in threat mode before you've even entered the trade. Like you're on guard
Yes.
already,
Yes,
right?
please.
So, number one, let's handle the neuroscience side of things to explain why this is happening and why it's so difficult to break, but how you can break it once you bring awareness to it. And secondly, let's talk about the quantum physics side of things because everything meshes in together. Quantum physics is not as scary or as difficult as it sounds. It's actually very simple. Once I'll explain it, it's very simple. So, in the neuroscience perspective, you experience losses already, a series of losses which hurt, right? Like when you take a loss, it fucking hurts. If you burnt your hand on a stove, your brain now knows, don't touch that, that's hot. Every time you do it, every time you get close to it, it's like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It's there, it's designed to make sure that it's keeping you safe. The human brain is constantly scanning for threat. Constantly. It has to, because that's how it keeps you alive, right? Because it means if I accidentally knock my glass of water over or smash something, I need to be ready, right? I need to be ready to go. And the reason for that is back with our ancestors in the caveman days. We had to be on high alert for if there's a rustle in the bushes, that shit might be a lion, or it could be another person trying to attack your tribe, right? So the human brain, all these years and years and years and years, has developed for associating every second with looking for a moment of stress, looking for something that could go wrong. You weren't designed to look at every single tick on a screen. So every single bit of information that is moving on the stock market is a moment that your brain is processing information. So if we know now that the human brain is constantly scanning for threat, it means that when you've taken a series of losses and the human brain now recognizes this as that's a threat, before you've even gotten into the trade, you're looking at all this information, your brain is going, that's a fucking threat. That's a threat. What are you doing? Why are you putting your hand on the stove? We don't like that. Even though logically, you know, I want to take this trade because I want to make money. So you're already coming into it from a place of threat. But through practice and evidence building, first of all, bring your lot size down because you said the turning point for you was when you increased your lot size, you increased your risk, right? So bring that lot size back down, build evidence for yourself that your strategy actually works. After that, going into the quantum physics side of things, if you're coming into something with the energy that this thing is a threat, you are going to attract and manifest more threat. This isn't woo woo, okay? If we think about what we're made up of as humans, what we're made up of muscle, bones, skin, hair, right? Organs. But what is that made up of? Cells, okay? What is that made up of? Atoms, okay? And what is an atom? 99.99999% energy, which means you are not operating from a place of matter. You are actually living your life from a place of vibration and frequency. So when you're going into a trade and you're saying, this is a threat, or this is scary, or this is going to be a loss, guess what? It's going to be a loss. Get ready for it because it will be a loss. You are now energetically in the vibrational state that you are going to manifest the outcome that is going to be a loss, right?
100%. I've said that before I got in trades, and it turned out to be a loss. Like because
And it's the
I think
cleanest setup. And you're like, what the fuck?
no, it's like you think it's clean, but it's not as clean as it should be because you guarantee didn't do something that you normally do. So in your head, the trade is ready, but in reality, like you didn't even have on like your entire checklist. Like those things weren't even checked off. But in your head, like you don't want to take the time and effort to even do the full analysis like how you need to even do everything. Like last night, I did something that I don't normally do, and it helped me traumatically.
What
Right?
did you do?
Hold on, 1 second. I'm kidding. All right, all right. So like you get it like right there, and then, all right, you know what? I'm done. All right, no, but last night do like a full like a clean clear off your entire charts, do a clean top down analysis. Start from daily, H4, like analyze all these time frames to make sure that you're not even missing anything. And I found so much clarity in things that I was missing, like a little tread line here, a little counter tread line here, a little zone here, a little zone here. And I'm like, wow, like okay, now I understand like where I'm supposed to be aiming for based off of just that top down analysis. You know what I'm saying? Because normally like I'll for the past like maybe like 2 weeks, I would just like rush my analysis because if you're in that zone, like you start doing things less. Like if you're in the momentum of all wins and that kind of stuff, you tend to like subconsciously analyze less. It's crazy
Mm.
because you're so in like a momentum that you're not really doing things like as you should because you're flowing at that point, but you don't realize like you're analyzing a bit less when it comes to as in depth as you need to compared to the first trade that started off that entire streak. So every day, clear off your entire chart, do a clean top-down analysis, or even the night prior, clean top-down analysis, start from daily, H4, do your entire markups for each time frame. Take like 5 minutes on each time frame and like really analyze like what's going on, like what what kind of retracement are we on? Like, do I see a trend line? Do I see a counter trend line? Do I see a possible zone? Do I see like my overall projection off the main time frame that I'm pretty much trying to analyze for the main like direction? And by the time that you get down to your entry time frames like M15, M30, you're pretty much already kind of secured as to where you're aiming based off of that first H1, H4, and daily time frame, right? Take 5 minutes for each time frame. Take your fucking time, or lose money. Either or, right? So you're taking more time to actually analyze, to make sure that you pretty much spot everything and you're not missing any kind of insight that you could have caught based off of going on every single time frame. So last night I did that. I found areas as to what I was aiming for, which I caught today. You know what I'm saying? But that was all based off of just me taking my time and going through all the time frames as I should, being super patient, not in a rush. Because if I rush, what happens?
You
What
lose
happens?
money.
I lose money.
You lose money. Of
It's either
course.
or. It's black and
Yeah.
white. Rush, lose money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, rush, you lose money. Patience, you make money. Or patience, you understand what's going on better, right? You're donating money to the market exactly. Like, why rush the process? You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna rush to lose money. Like, literally that, right? So I did that last night. So like, if you guys want to apply that as well, by all means, it'll definitely benefit you as well. But the night prior, take like 5 minutes each time frame and just analyze like your main time frames, like H1, H4 daily for the overall analysis, main structure area, main direction of bias, and that kind of stuff. So like by the time that you're on your entry time frames, you understand I'm only I'm only analyzing four buys. I'm only analyzing four sells based off of what the data that you actually caught from those first three time frames. You know what I'm saying? So from that point, you have a bit more clarity by taking time to analyze each and every single spot. So it's just more easier on the mind to understand like what your overall aim is, what what the overall projection is, what kind of confirmations you're trying to wait for, what kind of zones you're trying to wait to actually get hit, all those things. But those are things that they go out the window once you actually start flowing on the charts, because as you're flowing, you're just starting to like, not do those certain things on your checklist. So we got to always keep in mind that it's a fresh chart and you don't know what's going on. So have that mindset analyzing. I don't know what's going on, so let me just clear up my entire chart and do my top down analysis every day or every night.
It's awesome because it's like that can shift your energy because you're bringing in a level of certainty in a
Mm-hmm.
condition that is uncertain. You're saying, okay, I actually really believe that this is the direction that the market's going to go in. So I definitely think that's such a key thing to actually do. Like definitely every single day you do need to be analyzing your charts. Like don't just be analyzing it at the start of the week and being like, I'm just gonna, even as a swing trader, don't just let that flow because what happens is you can read this like what is the stock market made up of? Human behavior, right? So you can read the human behavior and the human psychology based on like how fast are candlesticks moving, how big are the candles. So it's so important that you do actually take that time to analyze it every single day, even if you have like an overall analysis of the week, still come in and be like, does it still make sense? Or has
Correct.
Trump said something that has now actually shifted the whole bias of the market? Or has there been a data thing that is like saying that inflation is through the roof and now we're actually more bearish, right? So you do definitely need to be analyzing every single day. GB, what was your question?
Well, Q basically answered the question. My question was gonna relate to fear of entering. When you actually say you're quitting on losing money and you're just gonna follow your plan, but you will see the right setup appear, but then you hesitate to before you actually place that trade. But as what Q really said about clearing your charts and getting an extra um I would say clarity on where the market should go. You analyzing from the night before and just taking the time out to actually put in the analyze should build up your confidence enough to place that trade further on. So, uh, as I say, it's just all gems coming from Q right now, and I'm just trying to take down all info.
Nice. Do you backtest?
I do. Recently, that's what I did, and that's how I improved got my trading plan and improved my risk management and etc. I would say I'm not backtesting in as how I should. I'm still working on it to improve further on, but I can see the results and I can implement everything that I'm doing wrong and why I'm losing money in the market.
Backtesting is good because it builds evidence for your brain to show you that your system works,
Yeah.
right? it doesn't necessarily help you in terms of your psychology when you're in a live trade, but it can lay a nice foundation down for you so that you know that, oh, hey, I actually have this evidence compiled that shows me my strategy works. So when you are hesitating to jump into a trade, or you feel like you want to get into a trade too early, at least you have this data available to you that says, like, oh, this is actually the right step to take.
Yeah, perfect, perfect.
Who else has a question? We've got probably time for one more question. Don't be shy. This is your opportunity, right? This is your future. So don't be shy. Ask the question. There is no judgment here. Or ask it in the chat if you can't unmute your mic. Philippe, so you unmute your mic.
I have one question. Like a couple of months ago, I was building my live account. It was going good, but then I blew it in one trade. And I want your opinion on that, you know.
There was no question there. Give me the question. Don't be shy. It's okay.
Like
What
I was
whatever
building
you
a
just
con
what you went through, by the way, like everyone can relate. I can relate. I've done that shit. I've done that shit multiple times, right? Which is why I'm in psychology because I've had to go through bullshit to get to the other side. And I still go through it. It's just that I bounce back faster from it, and the space between the times that it happens is just bigger and bigger and bigger. Normal part of trading. We are humans. We are not perfect, right? Neither
So
is the market.
what Philippe is like going through is, I feel like, definitely.
No, we have to let him ask the question.
Oh
He
no,
didn't
no,
ask the
but
question yet.
I know where he's coming from. That's why. But
Okay, go.
as far as like whenever you see a person, or like you're in a group of people that's making money and everything, like what kind of money do you feel like is comfortable that you should make to say that you want to close out of a trade? Because it seems like there's certain times that like you could be up $2,000 and say, you know what, it's not enough, and then that trade just never closes, and all of a sudden it goes negative, and then now you're holding on to the trade until the point it actually gets depleted inside the account. So
Hmm.
that trade that you took that messed up the entire account in one trade, was it the first trade of the entire week, or what was it exactly?
yeah, it was the first one, cause and then I was aiming for a amount more than TP, you know.
Yeah, so that alone, like people always try to remember again. So hold on, wait. Let me just do like a whiteboard, like real quick, right? Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see,
Yes.
right? So remember, it's like in baseball, right? Boom, boom, boom. You have your home plate here, first base, second base, third base. People want to hit a home run, right? But in reality, it's not going to always be a home run. So don't be afraid of taking on those, those trades that only make you go to first base, only make you go to second base. Cool. Eventually, like you'll make 2K here, 2K here, 2K here. Okay, cool. And now you made 6K, right? People want to make 6K on one go. But in reality, it's not going to always be that. That to make it on one home run, it takes a lot more effort. It takes a lot more patience, more discipline. But don't be afraid to, like, inch up, inch up, inch up on your account. Like it's perfectly fine. You get me? Because people want to take those big trades all the time, but in reality, like, be satisfied with just even a little growth in your account balance every single day. Like it's perfectly fine, right? You can't try
Sick
to.
analogy. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
definitely steal this analogy from you. I said, what a sick analogy. I'm definitely
Yeah.
stealing this one from you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, but it's like those small, like the same person that pretty much is trying to make that 6K, right? Could have also made that same 6K with less effort, less headache, less stress by going first base, second base, third base. Guess what? We still made 6K. That person that made it in a home run, they might have had a lot more stress, a lot more just a bigger balance, a lot more confluence, confirmation, all these things. But Philippe, like you don't have to take those big trades every single time. Like the amount that you probably seen in that account growth, guarantee you were in profit at one point, right?
Yeah, I was, and I saw red flags.
Yeah. So close, bro. it's no better feeling than pressing that X button like while you're in profit. You know, so,
Mm.
so don't feel like you like that one trade has to take the account up 90%. You know, like it doesn't have to be that. Like that one trade might take the account 5%, 10%, 50%, 40%. It's perfectly fine. You know, like I've had trades that I started with like $100,000 account, and I had that one trade that took it to like 180,000. Right? There could be those trades, but again, that's me hitting a home run, right? But from 100,000, like I could do 10K here, 10K here, 20K here, 10K here, 5K here, 2K here, 2K here, 2K here, and then pretty much, and then I still have the 180,000. But that way it's a lot less stress. Like I don't want to make my winners turn into losers. So I'm gonna take that inch up, inch up, inch up if that's a possibility. It's not gonna always be the opportunity to actually take on that big trade every single time. It's not gonna be an opportunity every single case. So how are you trying to actually grow your account? You're trying to grow it on one goal. Take your time, right? Put it this way: it's no rush. Like, why rush the money when you never had plans for the money in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to make $100,000, but you don't even have plans for $100,000 yet. Like, what is your plan? You have no reason to want that money tomorrow. So
Yeah.
why not feel satisfied with a couple $100 here, a couple $100 here, a couple $1,000 here, a couple $1,000 there? You could benefit from that because you probably have plans for a couple hundred, a couple thousand based off of your current lifestyle, like right now, right? If a person is pretty much having a lifestyle that costs 100,000, okay, cool. They have plans for that. That's why they're aiming for that. But it doesn't make sense to like rush those home runs because you have no plans for that like right now. It's like don't try to rush that. Like it's gonna come, but don't rush that process. So don't be afraid
What
to take
happened on
up.
that day that made you rush?
Correct. Go ahead. Say it again.
I said, what happened on that day that made Philippe rush?
Yeah. What
Like,
happened?
why was that day different to the other days?
Because I got fined a couple of days ago. Then I didn't want to withdraw to take money out, and I wanted to make something and withdraw from that, and pay the fine.
Okay, so you felt lack because you had to pay a fine for something.
Yeah.
Energy, boy. We just spoke about this. Yeah, the energy, like you shifted your energy into a state of now I need money, and then you were granted to be the person that became the one that needed money, right? The universe is rooting for you. I say this to people all the time. The universe wants to give you everything that you want. Everything. If you say you need money, it will make sure that you need money. It will fucking guarantee it for you. If that's what you want, I'll make sure that happens for you. If you want to be the person that has money, is wealthy, is abundant, it will guarantee that for you, right? So you got to try and stay in a high vibration, great mentality, right? To try and hold up.
I do that. I want to do that. but it doesn't come. Even I want it so bad. It doesn't
You
come.
want it though. You're still the person who wants it. You got to stop wanting it and be the person who has it.
Nev, in the beginning, I was, uh, I had mostly, even Q said, and that was what it learned me, because when it hurts, you learn. So I always wanted to learn from my real account. I really was not into the prop firms and something like that, or demos. I don't like demos. What doesn't give me emotion, I don't deal with it. So I always was with the real account, and the problem is that even I lost Nav. I did have lost before 6 months, but it didn't had such negative impact on my heart. But lately, something has developed. I started seeing the market as a money because I need money so bad, and I really need it. And now I have started to see the market as my light on my tunnel, that this is the way that where I may fulfill my needs to achieve my goal. And since I started to see the market as a money, then the fear became a part of my trade. and the FOMO is unresistible. I can do 12 hours very difficult one chance surgeries, and I never had this heart attack. It is not actually heart attack, but if I enter into a trade with big lot that I would aiming, as Q says, at least 1K, 2K, then it absorbs me. It simply sucks my energy. I'm not able to do nothing else except concentrating on the trade. And this is something that I need to change.
Well, when you're in a surgery, you know that like this is your job, you're going to get paid for it regardless of the outcome, right? You're very fortunate because the job that you are doing also has uncertainty attached to it, even when you follow your plan 100%, which means you're able to train that part of your brain constantly. When it comes to the stock market, it doesn't always reflect the hard work. Like the outcome isn't always income. You can put in the work. You can do everything correct and it can still go against you. But with money, like you just said, like you need money. I think a lot of the times traders forget the value of a dollar. I think that's something that is very much overlooked in this trading industry. It's going to be in my next vlog, but I was out for dinner like in my first week here, and the meal cost maybe like, I don't know, £20 or something. A homeless man came up to me. Three came up to me, in fact, on this dinner. Not the one that I was telling you about, Q. This is another one. Three people came up to me. The first one was selling socks. The second one was selling gloves. And the third one came selling, I can't even remember what he was selling. It was something so small. Like, think of it in terms of like a hairband type of value, right? He came up to me. When this one came up to me, I was like, shit, I can actually tell like this one's actually legit. The other ones, maybe they're just trying to make some money on the side or whatever it is. But I was like, this one's actually legit. So I was like, you can have my meal. So I got up from my table. I took my wine with me. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I did take my wine. I'm not trying to get the homeless people drunk out here. So I took my wine with me and went to another table. And I just started recording myself and I was like explaining this, exactly this. And I was like, traders forget the value of a dollar. Like there's this dude that came up to me and was just so grateful and was like, he actively said to me, I'm glad you didn't give me money and you gave me food because that's better. And it just made me think like how often traders will make $200 on a trade and they'll just act like it's nothing. Meanwhile, there's people who are struggling out there. Like, do not forget the value of a dollar. Do not forget how far that dollar can go for someone and for yourself. And the example Q gave of
I
the
mean,
baseball,
I have even more examples. So the reason why traders in particular have no value of a dollar is because the money comes like this.
yes,
Once this is
so
here,
easy.
and then once this is applied as it should be, as the psychology is there, like once everything that you need is here, and then you could apply it to the charts, the money just flows in. It's like a faucet that can't close, you know?
Yeah,
But
it's
then
infinite.
hold on, but then you realize, yo, you're making money super quick. But if you think about it, the world is not that expensive if you think about it. Like, so you can make like 5K a day, 10K a day, 20K a day, right? Like, put it this way, like, I mean, this morning, technically, like, it's kind of like I made a person, like a person fresh out of high school or college salary, which is, if you think about it, food every single day might cost about, okay, like breakfast $10, gas $50, $60. If you want to go shopping for like some clothes, maybe like about a couple $100 at Zara or like H&M. If you want to go to a nice restaurant for like a dinner with your girl or something like that, that's probably $300. That's not even $1,000 yet, and you made so much that same, like, certain things don't cost as much as you think it is. So I think when people forget the value of a dollar, they tend to forget like the cost of how their everyday lifestyle costs. So you got to always keep that spot in mind. So one thing that I like to do as well that kind of like keeps things in perspective is go on your whiteboard. Hopefully everybody has a whiteboard here, right? Nav doesn't because she's traveling. But
I'll do it on
write
the
your
window.
top bills on the board. right? And when you achieve though like that money in the markets, cross off that bill, right? That kind of way that you see yourself making the money here, but it's being put to use. As to why you're not just making money to make money. The overall goal of trading that makes it very very consistent and very very smooth is when you're trading for a purpose and not just trading to trade. You know, if you're trading
Mhm.
to get all these bills paid, all right, cool. Like I made $300. All right, cool. Like that's phone bill. Oh, you made $200. All right, that's water bill. You know, like you're crossing these things off, so you're actually then appreciating the value of every dollar that you're making on the markets, knowing that it's going towards a certain goal in mind. If there's no goal in mind, you're just trading to trade, and now all of a sudden you're over trading because you don't have a goal in mind. You have no aim. You know, like you have no target. You're just shooting, boom, boom, boom. Like you don't know what you're even aiming for. You know what I'm saying? So like, always try to actually every month just put a couple things that you want to achieve for the entire month as far as monetary wise, like what things that you want to pay for, what you have a cruise that you want to go on. The cruise costs $1,000. All right, cool. Like $300 made us out of markets. All right, cool. That's $300 towards the cruise trip. You know, and then you have that goal in mind. So as you're making money, you're just adding on to these things, knowing that the money's going somewhere. So now the value of a dollar actually means something compared to having no goal, and then that value of a dollar doesn't really mean anything because you don't know what it's going towards.
That's a fucking bar. Like the world is not that expensive. It really isn't. People forget. That's such a good tip as well. Like to have your bills written up and be crossing them off. They'll actually show you how far and fast you're actually moving. Because if you do make $100, if you do make $200, that is a very good trade. Like you can't compare yourself to people who have been in the industry for a really long time or people who are making like these $5,000 trades because I guarantee you they're also not showing you their losses. And when they're making this $5,000, they're probably losing 10,000 the next day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ask them to show you a withdrawal. That's all I can say, right?
Philippe
So
just
don't,
posted a link of me talking about the value of a dollar on my Instagram as well. Make sure you
no
guys check it
way.
out. It's inside the chat box. It's a link on Instagram. Super dope video. Made about maybe like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. But drop a lot of nuggets on like my mindset, like what like when it comes to maintaining the value of a dollar. Because that's like one thing that traders. That's the first thing that traders throw out the fucking window.
Yeah, man.
Yo, listen,
I'm
like,
gonna,
put it this way. Hold on, wait. Put it this way. Every person here, guaranteed, right? They made their first big day. Fuck it, yo. I'm looking up cars. I'm looking up this. I'm looking at. But you know what? How much does the world cost to buy? Fuck it. I'm buying everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
about
like
the
that's the mindset. That's the mindset. Like, how
That's a
much
fact.
the world cost to buy? Because I'm making all the fucking money right now. You know?
I am the great
Yep.
trader. I am great.
Yeah,
I'm the
exactly.
best one.
But it comes to that point
Yeah.
as to why. That's why we don't have the value of a dollar. Like that's why it goes out the window first because the money comes in fast, and you realize like, damn, like if I just apply myself every day, study as study as I need to every day, apply myself every day, have like a nice balance in my psychological aspect of things every day, and you have a nice balance in like life. I'm able to make money every single day.
Hmm.
Fuck, that's all that that's all that you have to do. It's easier said than done, but technically that's all that you have to do is create that balance between studying, analyzing, maintaining that value of a dollar, the work-life balance thing. Like all those things have to just be encrypted or like well like applied every day to the point that you have like a nice balance or like a nice flow in how you go about things. As far as you're only trading for a certain amount of time, right? You're at the gym, you're at work, you're hanging out with friends, you're hanging out with family, and then that's how you're going about your daily routine every single day, and then you're making money at the same time. Once that could be a nice balance, you'll realize how smooth trading can actually be, right? But a lot of times when people are just so into just the money aspect of just I need more and more and more and more and more. You know what it is? I was talking to my friend in Texas, and he was like, "Bro, listen, like I can make just 20K for the entire month, and bro, like I'm good. I'm chilling. I don't need more." He says, "Y'all boys that live in certain areas, like he was saying, like in Miami, you guys don't know when to stop. Like, how much money do you really need?" And I'm like, "Damn, bro, for real." Because like whenever I'm on the charts, like I'm trying to just make more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And in my head, like I thought to myself, like, damn, like, why am I even aiming that high? Like, I mean, I don't need that much. Do I want that much? Okay, cool, whatever. But do I need that much? So understanding the balance between your wants and needs, it's two different things, you know. And he was like, "Yo, like once I make that, in the first week of my entire month, I'm like, bro, like I'm." He's like, he's chilling, like he's not really stressed on the charts, like he's still analyzing, but he has no urge to want to just be inside of markets every single day because what he needed is already made, you
Mm.
know. And I'm like, damn, bro, like you have a lot of freaking patience, a lot of just like self discipline. He's like, yeah, because that takes me like a long way. So just understanding that concept alone, like once you make what you have to make for the entire month, and if you don't need extra, don't stress it. You know, like the markets are always going to be there. Because remember, the more that you're in the markets, the more risk you're taking upon yourself every single day.
Bars. Bars. I'm gonna upload this on YouTube, so I'll also put that Instagram reel link in the description for anyone that does watch this after. Go check out that reel that Q was
Could I
talking
ask a
about.
question before you end it?
We are gonna end it now, unfortunately, George. You had your moment, all right, and you stayed quiet.
Nah, Q kept talking. He kept talking. He must have drank his coffee this morning, man.
Every day.
You want the gems or not? Is it a
Nah,
quick question?
it's just a quick question.
Go on.
It kind of pertains to what he was talking about with Philippe, right? So, I had asked Q this question, but I don't know if you got a chance to see it. But when he was talking about first base, second base, um, not too long ago, couple days, I was back testing his the build from 2000 to 50,000, and I kind of finally he kind of answered the question because that's what it kind of looks like what he did on that build because it looks like in the beginning like my question was why is he only going for like 50 to 80 points, you know, like he could have held on longer. But I think that has to do with what he was saying that he's just closing right away, trying to add on to the account because he was just going for like 50 points, 80 points. I'm assuming he had a 100 point stop loss, but he just kind of kept it on like that. And then once he got kind of towards the end, that's when he kind of started reaching for those like 150 to 200 points.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what you mean, like the way you
Yeah.
would manage your risk for like first base, second base.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. Because you want to like the starting of a build is I feel like the most vital start of the entire account, right? You have to build that cushion first. Like I didn't want to come out the gates swinging for 200 points and that kind of stuff. Like all I need is like 80 points here, 80 points here, 50 points here. Yes, if the stop loss was still 100 points, but that's if the entire trade it went left, right? But if I'm trading at like a 70% accuracy, a lot of times it's not gonna get hit like that bad, you know. So I'm open to still putting the 100 point stop loss if everything goes left, right? But 80 points here, 80 points here, and if I see any kind of red flags within that reach for the 80 points, cool. Like, all right, I'm done closing because I want to still add to the overall goal of trading is to add to your balance, right?
Hmm.
And at a beginning of a trading account, like I'm not gonna risk being up 80 points and then giving all that back. I need that shit in my balance, right? Because that's giving me more cushion to the point that yes, now I have more cushion to risk a little bit more. As to why, like as the account actually built, I got a little bit more risky, well, not really more risky, but I held trades a bit longer as I upped the lot size and that kind of stuff. But initially, you have to kind of like just take what is given to you and use it. You know, so I'm not trying to swing for the fences first. So yes, go to that first base, second base, third base, first base, like over and over and over again. And then it got to a point that I hit a home run eventually, right? That's when the account was like around 30,000 plus. But at first, no, I need that first base and second base and third base. Like I need those small gains because it adds up.
Oh, yep,
That's
yep, yep.
that.
Look, now I just wanted to confirm that was my whole thing that I kept thinking like damn, like this motherfucker could have held. Why didn't he held? Like what the fuck? He just missed out on 300 points. You know, why does he keep closing and closing?
Remember, that's hindsight as well.
Mm.
You don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Correct, correct, correct.
Mm.
All right, gang.
All right, thank
Dope
you.
ass ball. Great to see you all. Well done for showing up today, right? Like, make sure you're on this call. So, thinking about energy, okay? make sure you're taking in the information from this call, not as a trader who's trying to be successful and trying to get over their hurdles. Come at this with the energy that a hedge fund trader would come to the call with, right? So come to this call with the energy of, yeah, I am a trader who is already successful. I'm just adding value to my skill set. Don't come to this call with the energy of I'm hoping this call can fix me or save me or da 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 da. Right? Energy matters. I'm gonna put this on YouTube so you guys can watch this back and share it with your friends if you want to. But yeah, really, really super duper duper proud of you guys for showing up. Amazing questions. We'll probably do this again. I enjoyed this. It was nice for me and Q to like tag team you guys. All right, gang. I'll see you guys
Thank you,
later.
Nav.
Thank you, Q, as well, for jumping on.
Thank you,
Alright,
guys.
sure. Thank you. Have a good
Sure.
one.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
thank you.
Enjoy y'all day. Peace out. Peace out.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you,
man. Q.
likewise.